Right now in studio, I have the one and only amazing Chiki Kuruka.
Zoop, 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 zoop.
I love having you in studio. You know, my people, Banze, when you're in studio, I feel so comfortable. I don't have to ask you some questions because I know the answers already.
No. You should feel partly comfortable and partly scared because I know secrets on you that other people don't know. You know, so you got to kind of balance it out. It's nice, but I know some of your secrets.
Okay. I feel you. It's like a double-edged sword kind of thing.
For sure.
But welcome to the show, Chiki. This is Trace Drive Manze. This is where I work.
That's where you work.
Yes, and the other times when we link up, we're usually out there, giving out inspiration. But yeah, this is the 9 to 5 thing, man.
First and foremost, could be a worse 9 to 5, let's be honest.
Exactly. This is the one you love to do.
This is the one that you love to do.
Yes.
But it's nice seeing you serious.
Oh.
Like, most of the time when I see Neville, we're on a clowning
ting.
On a joke ting. So it's nice seeing you be a responsible adult.
Yes. Sometimes you have to adult, yes. To make sure end month you can pay for the things you love, yes.
Facts. To make sure you can pay for all the drinks. Let me tell you something, Neville. No, this is a positive thing.
Okay,
I'm
fine. Let's go.
Neville's too generous. Neville is like drinks on me all the time, every day. Don't you worry about it. Whether I know you or not is irrelevant.
It's all right.
Drinks on me.
And the good thing also about rolling with Chiki, you get, the A1 treatment. I remember there was one time we were at, I think, Eldoret. And, there's usually that line where guys are squeezing to get in. And then there's the other line of where bouncers are pushing everyone out of the way to make sure we get to the section. But yes, that's the kind of relationship we have with Chiki. But on Wednesdays here on the show, we celebrate women in the industry. And you yourself, you do amazing stuff for the industry. When I talk the industry, I mean when it comes to dance.
Thank you very much.
You have your own dance studio that you are the first dancer ever in the country to have your own dance studio. How does that feel, or how does the wheels get moving in your mind to want to start out a project like that?
So it's weird to me, like the way I always see things is there is a little bit of a focus on like who did something first, who did something second, who did it. I think the space is big enough for absolutely everyone.
Yeah.
I don't really even see it as my dance studio necessarily. I see it as a studio, a space. We've done Red Bull stuff in there. I've done parties in there. Of course, I've done a lot of dancing in there. We've shot a lot of content. I've had a lot of phenomenal musicians who are getting ready for shows or getting ready for their music videos come through there. So I just think for me, when I was a kid, I always kind of imagined having this space, almost like a community space, that people felt welcome, people felt appreciated, people felt loved. So I more see it as just, this is the hang. and I can't tell you, like, anytime something is going not so well in my personal life, and I know that's true for my entire team, because we've all, of course, the studio's been there for 2 years, so we've all been through highs, we've all been through lows. The thing that keeps us all together normally is a studio. We come together, we dance, we cry sometimes, we're looking in the mirror, we've done karaoke, I've slept on the floor a few times, so it's just one of those spaces that brings people together.
Okay, I like that. Because when you say that, I kind of am trying to relate it maybe to a studio for a musician.
Exactly.
Like it's somewhere where you can go to, like your safe space.
Exactly. So I really wanted, I always say that if we're going to fail, let's fail here. Let's fall over here. Let's do a move that's not so cool here.
Yeah.
Let's do something weird here. Let's polish up. Let's try out some stuff that is definitely going to not work, but let's do it here.
Okay. So for those guys who have been living under rocks and they don't know maybe about your dance studio, maybe you could tell them about it. And just maybe tell them where they could find it. If you have classes from time to time. Like today, you had like a couple of classes.
Yeah. So it's in Roslyn Riviera Mall. It's called the Dance Shags.
Nice.
So it's like Oshago for dance. So
dance shags.
Yeah, you should feel like you're going home. So just, I think, hit up the DM or hit up me in the DM or hit up. So we do normally have classes, but we specialize much more in personal sessions.
Okay.
Partly because it's so funny, like we started getting after I opened all these single men.
Single men,
and I'm not saying it's because of me or anything.
Be honest.
Now I got all these single men who had come through to the studio actually to dance with my studio manager Kelvin, and they would just say, "Look, we're really embarrassed when we go to the club. We don't really know what to do. People are laughing at us. I don't want to do a class in front of people, but I wouldn't mind doing something just like us two
for you guys."
So honestly, that's what we have a lot of, like classes. One-on-one personal classes, and other than that, we tend to do kind of like big activations. So we just did a cypher for Red Bull last week. We're going to be doing another dancehall only cypher next week. We do those kind of now big get together event kind of stuff. So it kind of goes from being like this great opportunity. We also specialize a lot with mental health. So we also have some kids who have mental health issues overwhelmingly, who wouldn't feel comfortable in a
space, bigger group,
or maybe wouldn't feel their parents wouldn't necessarily feel as safe with them being in a bigger group. So we have that kind of like one-to-one relationship as well with people who wouldn't be appropriate in bigger spaces.
I like that the accommodation feels so good, because you've said that. I remember going out with Chiki and as he said, Kelvin, such good dancers, Wiggly, and going out with dancers is hard, especially when you can't dance like me. So things get tricky, but I love the fact that I could pick up one or two things. You're an amazing teacher. I've been with you out there as you're teaching people. You're not one of those teachers who gets frustrated when when someone doesn't get the actual move, because sometimes 2 left feet is actually a thing.
No, I never mind when someone doesn't get it, because I am the worst at remembering choreography. So whenever it comes to the camera being on my face, I can irritate everyone, because everyone will have the choreography. But trust you me, I'm going to be the one to forget it, and we're going to have to start it all over again like 10 times. So I know what it's like to feel like I'm frustrating everyone. So I really never want to put that feeling onto someone that I'm teaching.
You're
something
teaching.
To.
Okay. I like that. And you've talked about choreography and all these things. Let me ask you maybe an ice-breaking kind of question.
Tell me.
Is there a music video, let's start Kenyan music video, that you love so much that you've watched and been like, wow, I really would have loved to choreograph their dance. I really would have loved to direct this music video. I really would have loved. Is there one of those music videos that you see and you're like, I think I would have loved to play a part in this? Okay,
so I'm going to talk about 2.
Okay.
The first one I did choreograph, so it made me very, very proud. Chimano's Friday Feeling. Actually, it was filmed in my studio.
Amazing.
And it was like on the heels of Pose coming out on Netflix. And so we wanted to recreate that kind of a vibe. And it's just always amazing working with an artist like Chimano. Chimano's so dedicated to dance. He takes a long time over it.
He looks like the perfectionist.
He is a perfectionist. He will come. I actually also choreographed with Kelvin and Wiggly his show, and Chimano was in my studio for like 2-3 months, so it's always great working with an artist like Chimano. Actually, another video that I hasn't been mentioned for a very long time, but I was also very proud of it. Again, one that I choreographed was Tanasha Donna's first video. It's always nice to also kind of work with artists that are a bit shy about dancing and getting them to a place where they kind of feel comfortable to execute something. That felt really nice. A music video that I look at and I'm like, gosh,
is there one like
the thing properly?
Oh, Nyashinsky.
That is a phenomenal dance video. Ayo. Miss Ayoma. Of course, you know when Ayoma's in a video, she's going to kill up the thing. Anita's in that video as well. The fire crew are in that video as well. Phenomenal video. So yeah, that's one that I look at and I'm like, y'all really did the thing
on this.
Yeah.
I love that. So I want us to get into our icebreaker kind of segment where I'll just ask you a couple of random questions and you give me your best answer that comes top of your mind. Yes?
Go on.
So let me ask you this. What's the first thing you would do if you arrive on a new planet? You're the first one on this new planet. You look around, there's no one else. It's only Chiki. What's the first thing you do?
I think I'm like, I would check for the security. I would just be like, no. I'd be like, am I sure I'm the only one? Is nothing gonna just come out from somewhere,
from anywhere,
or just pop out? And I'm the type of person that I really kind of measure my surroundings, and I don't like the dark, and I don't like feeling unsafe. So I would check
the security out. Okay, I like that. So another ice-breaking question. You wake up in 2050. What's your first Google search? When you go onto your phone, it's 2050. What do you type in the search bar as your first search?
It's going to sound vain as hell, but I mean it. I'm assuming I look really old because, like, I've been asleep. It's 2050, so probably cosmetic surgery, like cosmetic surgery updates. What can I get done now? And then I would find out where my family and friends are.
Okay, after finding out about the cosmetics.
Fix now.
I love that. One more before we go into a break. If you were to meet anybody from the Bible, you know, we hear a lot of Bible stories and everything that goes on in that world. If you were to meet one of those Bible people, or let me call them Bible characters,
okay,
who would you want to meet and have a conversation with? And exclude Jesus, because we all want to have that dinner with Jesus over, some money. So what would you pick? Which character? Salome?
Yes.
There's somebody in the Bible called Salome?
Yes.
That is not an East African TV show?
No.
Okay, tell me, why Salome?
Salome in the Bible was a loose woman, apparently.
Okay, so she was out here in the streets.
Yeah. So I think I'd kind of just want to find out what that was like, Like, I normally don't...
Chiki,
everyone can meet a disciple.
Jesus.
I want to know what was going on in the streets.
Oh, I love it.
At that time. So no, I think I'd meet a Salome.
Okay, a Salome out there, but then we have Chiki Kuruka on the show. And one thing I know about Chiki is she loves some soca music. So
yes,
I'll play you something that I came across. I'm not the biggest soca fan, but
we will convert you slowly.
Okay, yes, slowly. Yes, I accept it wholeheartedly. So this one right here is called Jab Jab.
Okay.
By Kepha.
Yeah, so Kepha's the band.
Okay.
Jab Jab.
It's
like you go to soca, you bust a jab jab, like.
Okay, so busting a jab is like a busting a move?
It's like a dagger.
Okay. So bad man thing. So I'll play this and then we'll come back on the other side. We're having a conversation with Chiki Kuruka at Trace East Africa. Use that hashtag Trace Drive. Ay. Today, my name is Neville, your Vibes Ambassador, and in studio, I have Chiki Kuruka, and we have definitely been vibing to some good sounds there. We just had some bensoul, and if I didn't tell you, maybe Friday, we'll have bensoul in studio. We'll be talking about Lion of Suda. That's a project that is about to drop.
Neville, you have to tell the audience. Bensoul was meant to come in today.
Yeah, you're gonna spill the beans. Spill all of it.
I have to spill all the beans.
One beer.
Suda was supposed to take Women's Wednesday. First of all, Suda's like my brother.
Yeah.
But I was like, how dare you?
How dare you?
Go find another day. Go and Trace on that other day.
Yeah, go on Friday.
Please, go on Friday.
Yeah.
It's Women's Wednesday. I will be there.
I will be there. And that's how Chiki replaced bensoul from being the guest today.
Immediately.
And we have no problems at all.
None.
Immediately I texted him. He was said, okay, it's fine. If it's Chiki, iyo iko sawa. So yes, we'll be celebrating bensoul on Friday. Album does come out on 20th of April. That is Lion of Suda. And he's been
a fire album. So we did a listening in the house.
Oh my goodness. Chiki Manzes, you call me sometimes. I even hear some of these nice things.
I can't wait for that album to come out. For real? Like, I think it's amazing.
It's up there.
It's up there.
Oh my goodness. And as you can tell, if Chiki's excited, then we're all excited about that project. And let me ask you about this. When it comes to some of these moments where you see, let me not say see, but you can kind of tell that there's a good energy that is flowing between artists and the music is right, the energy is right. Is that all it takes for it to be a hit song?
That's
in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think if anyone were to say they know exactly what makes a hit, they're a liar.
Okay.
Consumers act how consumers are going to act, and in the studio you can feel like, wow, this song is a banger, and then it doesn't make the waves, or you can feel like this song is meh, and then all of a sudden it's just all over the place. But I do think two artists having a vibe together is really important. So the song now with Darasa and Bien, like those two just hit it off, they vibe together. So the studio session was a vibe. So what you hear on the track is the vibe, and everyone wants to kind of connect with a vibe.
Yes.
That's often why paid for collaborations don't work as well, because it's not necessary that it's going to be a vibe like between the two artists.
Yeah.
However, like algorithms, streaming platform backends, all of that stuff. There's a lot of songs that the audience, the consumer, doesn't necessarily like align itself to. And then the DSPs, the backends, I'm not going to mention any of them. They'll like keep pushing that song in your face.
Yes, and you'll keep on hearing
it. Lots of influencers will be paid to jump on it, and you'll keep hearing the song. And our brain is funny. When we keep hearing something, at some point you just kind of give up and just like it.
You're just like, I surrender.
Yeah, so that's why people still sign to major labels, because they have all of those deals in the back end that just make sure that
makes sense.
Stuff is shoved in your face.
Yes,
yeah.
And I like that. And you've just said about the back end management, and it's something that when I hear about when I had actually had to be told that Chiki is into management, because for me, I'm used to you as a vibe. I'm used to you when we're out there, you're inspiring the youth. When it comes to doing your thing, you're always doing your thing. So what kind of manager would guys say Chiki is? Are you the brutal one who says, yo, if you're not getting us 1 point, it's not going down? Or are you like, oh, okay, we could do something? What would they say? Put yourself out of your body. What would they say about you, about the kind of manager you are?
In Kenya, brutal. In Nigeria, soft.
I like the honesty.
Depends on the market. Do you know what? I have the honor of managing who I feel is one of the world's best artists.
No lie.
So what I'm not willing to do is devalue.
Ooh, she's in her bag right now.
Who I think is a phenomenal artist. Yes. And if you look at any artists that get really, really big, it's normally because the team around them truly drank the Kool-Aid, really believes in the sauce.
True.
And I actually get borderline offended, when guys are like, And there is no one walking into Louis Vuitton saying,
price in the price.
It is what it is. So I think Kenya's market is starting to grow, adapt, and get bigger. The more people understand that there's a difference between a Kenyan artist and an international artist that happens to come from Kenya. They're two completely different things. If you're a great Kenyan artist, and that's true of anywhere in the world, you can have some Nigerian artists that if you don't leave Nigeria, if you're not in Nigeria, you're never going to hear. But they're big in Nigeria. They're big Nigerian artists. Then you've got international artists like Davido, Wizkid, Burna, Ahere, who happen to come from Nigeria. Bien is an international artist who happens to come from Kenya. So for me, and he's incredibly proud of coming from Kenya.
Of course.
However, he is an international artist. So for me, if he's not treated like an international artist,
there's a problem.
We have a problem.
I love it. That's a big, big problem. And I don't know. I think of music sometimes in a different kind of way. Like when I hear, I don't know, I'm sure you've maybe had these conversations once or twice, and I definitely concur with them. Like the pen game that Bien has is crazy. Like, anatuambia tunanusama like makamisi usiku. Like there's some things he says that, yes, the man them, when you miss your shoulder, you want to smell everything. You want your clothes to, and there's a way he connects to us that is like on a different level. And that's why I put his pen game up there with the greats in Kenya. He has so many classical tunes. And I don't know if this is a question you hear, because when I hear My Baby, when I hear so many songs from Sauti Sol and Bien in particular, I feel as if they get inspiration from somewhere.
Yeah.
Have you ever been told thank you for the inspiration?
No.
So receive your thank you. Because I'm usually thinking I was thinking about this yesterday when I was listening to My Baby. Even just the way My Baby featuring Ira Star comes on, I'm just like, for you to give us this emotion, you must have felt it somewhere.
So I have a very funny story. We were talking to another artist.
Tell me.
And somehow the story was told to this other artist that My Baby was inspired by me. If you had seen Bien's face, like, no. Nah, that's so completely different. I think if any of the songs are inspired by me, it's Niko Sawa.
Inauma, but utazoea. Yeah, well, you'll take the big tunes too.
No. So I think inspiration also comes from your friend's story, your family story. Sometimes you can see the love between your parents. That's how he explains it. Yeah. And his pen game, you're right, is phenomenal.
Crazy.
So at home, me and his friends call him Captain Hook because he just knows how to write.
Penning them one time.
Because when we've just come back from the UK, we were there for 6 weeks.
Yes.
Working on Bien's new album.
Congratulations, first of all, Bien, being the first Kenyan artist to get on those UK Afrobeat charts.
East African, not just
East
Kenyan.
African, so
Tanzania,
big congratulations.
Uganda, all of them.
Yes.
So when we were there, Bien was like, oh man, I've been writing now for 15 years. I'm doing my project. It'd be great if I collaborated with some UK artists, get that UK flavour, blah, blah, blah. So we brought all these like UK artists into the room and Bien was still the best writer.
I like that.
And it was amazing, like they would write something and then Bien would like, yeah, that's really cool, but how about we say it like that? And their face is like, wow, teacher, Captain Hook. So it's nice to be able to see that not just in Kenya is he a great songwriter, where the different spaces that we go into, he's respected as a songwriter. So yeah, no, you're right. His pen game is on fire.
Yes, one of those classic, one of those people we embrace kabisa. Ati Bien kuja hapa, huyo ni wetu mazee. Trace FM first with the hits. My name is Neville, your vibes ambassador, and we are creeping into the last and final hour of the show, Trace Drive. And we are still with the amazing Chiki Kuruka, and she's been giving us stories, tea hapa na pale. Yeah, I wish you guys were here, but it is what it is. We just tell you the ones that you need to know.
You know it's tea when you start with, is anything being filmed?
Like, am I being recorded here? I like that. And let's talk. Let's bring it a bit serious. I've seen you out there interacting, especially with the youth of Kenya, especially when it comes to them doing the best that they can when it comes to the dance spaces. What keeps you going and that motivation kind of factors? Because even when we're out there doing Red Bull Dance Your Style and you're one of the head judges there, and when you tell a dancer, yo, don't do the TikTok dances, do better of this and this and this, and that encouraging factor, where do you draw that inspiration from? Because you could just be like the rest, mean, and just tell them, yo, go back to the mirror, continue practicing, or do ABCD, the usual thing. I
kind of feel like if you are in any industry and you don't want your industry to grow, and you don't want more people in your industry, and you don't want the best for your industry, you're in the wrong industry.
Okay.
I think for me, the more people who come in, the more people who do really well, like I can't wait. Like I haven't battled in years. I don't perform anymore. So it's very important that there's other people who come and do those things, Otherwise, what are we doing? Otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah, you need to push.
You need to push. So for me, it always comes from a space of, let's have amazing international Kenyan dancers. I'll give your listeners the same example that I gave the other day when we were in the Red Bull launch. One of the biggest winners out of our last Dance Your Style event was The Crown.
Yes.
The Crown didn't win. He got through to the quarterfinals and then he lost.
Okay.
The Crown now charges $6,000 a day. A day. And he lost. And that doesn't even come close to what the winner won.
Yes.
The winner got. He had one video that went very viral.
Yes.
There would make me nothing happier than to know that Kenyans are out there achieving, demanding $6,000
a day.
$6,000 is about 600,000 Kenyan shillings. That would make me so incredibly happy to feel like I was part of that, even if it's not me the one getting the $6,000. So for me, that's really important. Just kind of growing.
Just growing.
Yeah, just growing.
I like that. And you've been in these dance battles. If someone challenges you right now, you're always down for a good time, right?
If someone challenges me, I'm running like the wind.
Come on now, Chiki. To save your life, you're definitely dancing it out.
To save my life, I'm still running like the wind. I would run very fast.
No, Chiki's an amazing dancer.
I would run I know, but people don't understand that dance has many different arms and choreography. So me personally now, I did battle in my, I think the last time was maybe 10 years ago. But battling is psychological. You need to think of 10,000 moves in the moment, right then.
Yeah, right there.
My mind doesn't work like that anymore. Like, I need to sit, I need to listen to it, I need to absorb it, I need to be in my feelings, I need to cry a little bit, I need to be angry, and then I can put something together.
Yeah.
But in a dance battle right now, probably. Yeah. But I could battle back in the day.
I'm sure you could do your thing once or twice.
Back in the day, but that was back in the day, now it's today. So
so talking about back in the day, let me spill something. Chiki, if you go onto the internet,
Oh no, Neville, I can spill your tea. I know what's coming, you know. You didn't warn me about this.
You also didn't warn me about something. Chiki, are we ever gonna get a song from is there ever gonna be a time where you'll just tell me and wewe, watch your mic. Talk about or write me something.
Neville's referring to a joke that I did many years ago. A rap song. A joke.
It's out there somewhere in the world.
It's out in the interwebs. No, because as you saw from that video, I'm terrible. So you
just stick to the dancing side.
I'll stick to management and I'll stick to dancing and like anything else. But my first job when I was 15, I was interning for Sony Records. So I've been in music management for a very, very, very long time. Dancing longer because I started dancing when I was 4. And the two worlds for me have always been just part and parcel of my existence, balancing the both of them. However, if you started at Sony when you're 15, if you haven't made it in any way, shape or form as an artist by then, you should take that as a very loud message.
The universe is talking to you.
The universe is telling you where your talent is and is not.
Is not. I like that. Thank you very much for coming through and giving us, a bit of your story, giving us, those good vibes. I want you to remind guys once again, maybe where they can DM if they want to get their personal dance classes on, if they're trying to get, their skills, polished up a bit when it comes to dance also. So maybe you could just plug yourself a bit.
I think the thing that I really want to encourage people to do is get involved in the Dance Your Style competition. We've spoken about it so much. So we are going to be going to multiple cities, Eldoret, Nakuru, Nairobi, Kisumu.
Nice.
And we're going to be teaching workshops. I'm coming with a whole host of amazing guys. So make sure you check out the Red Bull website because the information is there. And I know we get it all the time, like, oh, you haven't come to my city, don't worry, this time we are doing an online audition to make it fair for everyone. So if you want to get involved in the competition, go to @Red Bull and you can submit an online audition. I'm going to be judging them from the comfort of my own home with a Red Bull in my hand. So that's how you can get involved in the competition. Please, like I said, dancers' lives are changed even if they don't win. The finalist goes to Germany, the winner from Kenya goes to Germany, and just that experience of being able to go and dance internationally and have that amazing experience changes. We spoke about Owade, who won last year, and how much of a phenomenal shift you see. Owade pre-South Africa and now Owade now is different. So please get involved in that. My studio, you just DM me at Chiki Kuruka, CHIKIKURUKE. Ask me any questions, be it about my studio or be it about the Red Bull competition. I think I'm like spending my whole life kind of encouraging dancers where to do workshops and to get involved at the moment. So hit me up.
Thank you very much for coming through. And at least we also gave you your flowers because, hey, all those songs that are written, to me, I know. It just can't be at my friend's experience, my family.
No. I'm just out here using his toothbrush.
Yes, that's the best. We're out here loving bien, but kuna mwingine anatumia toothbrush yake. Thank you, Chiki, for coming through. Trace Drive, we continue giving you all those good vibes that you need in your life. So keep it right here. Trace FM first with the hits.